Have you ever wanted to connect HighLevel and Manus? Today I'm going to show you exactly how to do that and what you can do once this has been connected. So the first thing I'm going to do is access the help doc that is in the HighLevel knowledge base. I will put the link in the description of the video here so that you can access it. And you can watch this video here to learn how to connect it to OpenAI, but today I'm going to show you how to do this in Manus. So I'm going to scroll down here to the important information. You can see right now there are 21 tools available. HighLevel does have a plan in the roadmap to increase this by 250 plus different tools that you can access with this connection. So I'm going to scroll down here and you'll see that we have the information to create our PIT or our private integration token. So that's actually what we need to do first. So inside of my HighLevel demo account, I'm going to go into the settings and we want to scroll down to where you see private integrations. Now I'm going to create a new integration and I want to call this MCP and I'm just going to say demo and next. Now I want to choose the scopes that I want to add to this integration. And you can see we have a long list here. Now, I want to choose the scopes that are available. So I'm going to go down here to this option in the knowledge base where it says required scopes, because these are the ones that we have to have available. So I'm just going to copy the word contacts here and take it back to my HighLevel account, and I'm going to paste in contacts. And you can see we have the option now to view or edit. And if you look at the instructions here, it says that we can choose the view or edit contacts. So I'm just going to paste in contacts. And I'm going to choose view, I'm going to paste it in again, and this time choose edit. And that's what I'm going to do with the rest of these options here. So we're going to choose conversations. Let's take it back to the sub account, paste in conversations, and you see we can choose a view. Let's paste it in again. This time we'll choose edit. We have conversation messages that we can view and edit. So I'm going to choose both of those here. We're going to choose opportunities. And we can view and edit the opportunities. So I'm going to select both. We can view calendars and we can also view calendar events. So I'm going to copy the word calendars and you'll see view calendars and view calendar events. Now I'm going to go to view payment orders. I'm just going to paste that in here. And we also have view transactions. So let's go back here and paste in transactions and view payment transactions. We also have view custom fields. So I'm going to paste that in here. And we have view forms. Now keep in mind, all of these scopes that we're choosing, these are all of the things that we can actually do inside of this private integration we're creating. So any MCP manager that you decide to choose, today I'm going to show you Manus, but if you choose one of the others, these are the things we have the ability to do once that's connected. View the contacts, we can edit the contacts, view conversations, edit conversations, and so on. So once we've chosen all of those, we want to go ahead and create our PIT or our private integration token. So you can see here's our PIT, and it actually starts with PIT. And I'm just going to copy this and I'm going to paste it on my little notepad. Okay, now there's one more thing that we need when we go to add this integration to Manus. And I'm going to scroll up here to the business info. And I want to copy my location ID. Now I'm going to paste this over on my little notepad as well. And we're ready to go now to Manus. So I'm going to go into my Manus account. I'm going to go into the settings. I'm going to click here and go to the connectors. So you'll see I already have one connected here, but I'm going to add a new connection for this demo account. And you'll see all of the options that I have available to connect to my Manus account. But here I'm going to go to custom MCP and I'm going to click here to add a new server. I'm going to choose direct configuration and I'm going to give this a name. So I'm just going to call this demo. We're going to keep this as HTTP. We could add a icon here if we wanted to, or some notes, but the important part is the server URL and the custom headers. So to get the server URL, you want to go back to this help doc and you're going to scroll down to where you see this URL. So I'm going to copy this between the quotation marks. We're going to go back to Manus and then paste that in here. Now I need to add two custom headers. So I'm going to click here And this header is going to be for the authorization. And now we need to put our PIT here. But before we do that, we need to make sure to type in the word bearer with a space. So I'm going to type in the word bearer, space, and I'm going to grab my PIT from my clipboard or my notepad here, and I'm going to paste that in. Now we have one more that we need to add, and this one is going to be location ID. And here is where we need to paste in the location ID that we just grabbed. Now I did leave the P off of my PIT, so I just want to make sure to add that. So we have bearer, space, and then our PIT, and then we also have location ID, which is the location of our sub account. So once you have configured all this, we're going to go ahead and click save. And if we click back in there, you'll see now we have this option to try it out. So I'm going to click here. And you'll see now we've opened up a new conversation with Manus, and it says, help me test the demo connector, that's what we called it, and show me how to use its features. Show any data you fetched with it. Give me a brief about its capabilities. So I'm going to go ahead and click send. And now Manus is actually helping us test the connection. Now, what I love about Manus is you can actually see it working. So it does take a little bit longer than just getting an instant answer like ChatGPT, but it's actually doing a really thorough research, and it is actually completing the test for us. And you can see all the different steps here and here in the Manus terminal. Okay, so now Manus has told us the demo connector provides access to 21 different tools that interface with what appears to be a high-level like CRM platform. Mine is white label, so it makes sense that it would say that. The tools are organized into several key categories. The core capabilities: contact management, create, retrieve, update contacts, and manage tags; calendars and appointments, manage calendar events and appointment notes; search conversations and manage messages; opportunities and pipelines, so it handles the sales pipelines and opportunity tracking; access order information and transaction data; and retrieve sub-account location details. You'll see here that it was able to successfully fetch real data from the contacts. So it received 1,128 contacts, like the names, emails, phones, and tags, pipeline data, conversation data. And it does tell us also the access limitations. So some tools encountered permission restrictions, like location details and contact creation require elevated token permissions. Payment transactions are restricted, but it does say that the connector appears to be connected to HighLevel. Now here we can ask any questions that we want to, but before we ask about security risks and all of the capabilities, let's go ahead and ask it to retrieve some data from our account. So I'm going to say, give me a list of all the contacts with the first name Jane. Now, while it's doing that, I'm going to go over into this sub account and let's go to our contacts. Let's create a smart list for the first name Jane. Apply. And now you can see in this list, we have 4 different contacts with the name Jane. Now, if we go back over to our account, let's test this and see if it gives us those contacts. Okay, so you can see it's actually found 5 contacts, but it does say including one with Janine, which contains Jane. So now you'll see the list of contacts. It says 4 out of 5 contacts are named Jane Doe and appear to be test contacts. Most use variations of the same email. All contacts are tagged with MCP because I was testing. Contact dates range from June 2024 to December 2024. Only one contact has a phone number. So we're already pulling in a lot of data that we are also training Manus at the same time. So now let's ask it to add a tag to all of those contacts. Add the tag test to all of the contacts that have the first name Jane only. So I'm going to click here. So it says, I'll add the test tag to all contacts with the first name Jane, excluding Janine. Since that's not exactly Jane, this will affect 4 contacts. So it's definitely smart enough to figure that out and to only do the contacts that have the first name Jane. Okay, so it says successfully completed. I've added the test tag to all 4 contacts with the first name Jane. You can see the contacts listed here. It does give us some notes as well. The system automatically converted test to lowercase. All existing tags were preserved. Janine Spores was excluded since her first name is Janine, not Jane. 100% success rate. So now let's go back to our account and let's refresh. And now this time, let's just look for all of the contacts that have the tag test. So we have this here, apply. And now you can see all of our contacts with the first name Jane have this tag here that says test. Now let's go ahead and ask Manus what the security risks are for connecting our account. And I'm going to ask it, what privacy and security risks should I be concerned with this connection? So Manus says, that's an excellent question about privacy and security risks. Let me analyze the potential concerns based on what I observed during testing. Of the demo MCP connector, there are several significant privacy and security risks you should be aware of. The critical concerns here: real customer data access. The connector provides access to a live high-level instance with 1,128 plus real contacts, including names, emails, phone numbers, addresses, conversation histories, and message content, business intelligence, and custom field data, lead sources, and behavior tracking. All API responses are saved locally in plain text files, creating a persistent record of sensitive customer information on your system. Key security risks: direct access to personally identifiable information without apparent consent mechanisms, compliance issues like potential GDPR, CCPA, and industry regulation violations, token security, so API authentication tokens with unclear expiration and scope management, data modification, the ability to modify customer data as demonstrated with tag additions, and audit gaps, so limited visibility to access logs and user activity tracking. Immediate recommendations: limit usage, data cleanup, access controls, monitoring, and legal review. You'll see some risk mitigation priorities here. So let's ask Manus, what are some steps that we can take to protect our sub-account privacy and security? So Manus says, I'll provide you with a comprehensive, actionable security implementation plan with specific steps you can take immediately and over time to secure the demo MCP connector. Okay, so Manus has given us some actionable security implementation steps that we can take immediately or over time. So we have a bash here that we can clean up sensitive data. We can enable audit logging, implement data masking, basic access controls. We have a timeline for the implementation here. So you can see there are definitely some things that you want to be aware of when you are connecting any third-party tool, especially AI or MCP servers, to your account. Now, let's ask Manus, what type of user would be ready to start using MCP servers connected to their HighLevel account? Business owners, agency owners, should they be techie? Break that down and explain that to me. So the ideal profile of someone who's ready to start using MCP servers are enterprise agency owners. So these are agencies that are managing 50 plus client accounts in HighLevel, annual revenue of 500K plus, preferred technical readiness, in-house technical team, or dedicated IT contractor. So why are these the perfect people? They have a volume to justify automation investment. They understand the value of data-driven operations. They can absorb the setup costs and learning curve. They have compliance frameworks already in place, so their risk tolerance is low. Now, you might be a good candidate if you're in the growth stage. So if you are managing 15 to 50 client accounts, your annual revenue is 150K to 500K, you have a small team, 2 to 5 people wearing multiple hats, scaling challenges with manual processes, looking to differentiate from competitors. But you need to have comfort with HighLevel's advanced features It's great if you have a basic understanding of automation tools like Zapier and Make. And you do need to expect a 2 to 4 week learning curve to become proficient. Now, if you are a tech savvy solo entrepreneur, managing 5 to 20 clients, 50K to 150K annually, you do have a strong technical background or learning appetite, this might be an option for you, but you do need to have strong high-level proficiency. You do need to have a basic programming or automation experience, and you definitely need to have a willingness to invest 20 plus hours in setup and learning. Now I want to ask Manus, is this something that I should set up for my clients and to use in their sub accounts, like Bob, who has a plumbing business? So Manus says, that's a really important question. Let me give you a clear answer about whether MCP servers are appropriate for individual client sub accounts like Bob's plumbing business. Okay, so Manus very clearly said no, not for individual clients. MCP servers are typically not appropriate for individual client sub-accounts like Bob's plumbing business, and here's why. The technical complexity is too much for them. Bob's plumbing business wants simple, reliable marketing automation. They do not understand APIs, webhooks, or data structures. They need a set it and forget it solution. They value stability over cutting-edge features. And in reality, the MCP server requires ongoing technical maintenance, needs security monitoring and updates. It's complex troubleshooting when things break, constant learning curve for new features. So hopefully you guys understand now how to use MCP servers and how to connect your Manus account to your HighLevel sub account. If you have any questions at all, feel free to go to myvisionagency.com. You can reach out to me in the free community by clicking here to register, or you can become a member of our reseller program by creating a HighLevel account, or you can join directly here. Thank you all so much for joining me, and I look forward to working with you in open office hours. Go make your vision a reality. Bye.